Welcome back to Blackacre Ranch, everybody. If you can't tell, there's a lot of concrete work going on. Today's the day. Patio concrete goes in. My voice isn't doing too great. I'm going to try and get some video of this, but stick around. Hopefully we'll get everything formed out today. And maybe in a couple of days, I'll probably actually do the pour. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, guys, so you saw the other side, they've got everything framing up. It's going kind of nice. They're getting the lower section, the step down going pretty well. Up here, we're gonna leave this other piece of concrete. It's about, I think, almost 30 feet, maybe 24, something like that. So we're gonna leave this concrete. It looks good, it's in good condition. And we're just gonna come over across from here. And matching the other side as well, we're just gonna have that step down and then the concrete over. So they're just framing stuff out. A lot of concrete work is just kind of rinsing and repeating, guys. You got to frame it, square it, and everything goes well. So, because we have that step down that he needs to get more dirt, and so I told him just pull it out of here, right next to our gates, 6 in the handling pens. Just told him to just tear it out up here. And you know, you've always got plenty of dirt. So the concrete work will continue on. This will probably take a week, depending on the rain schedule. I was hoping to get pour tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to happen. Rain is coming in a couple days, and after that, maybe 3 days after that. For 3 days, I mean. So we'll see what kind of schedule this comes up. This is where all the backfill's been going that he's been building up. They're going to level this off right now. They're going to go back to the back side of the house and finish up over there, doing the exact same thing. Just pulling it off that concrete slab. All right, day one is complete. We have this front side. Everything's done. Everything done except for the rebar fully. They're gonna drill into the concrete over here, get that taken care of. Then everything should be set on this front side. The back side, not quite yet. They'll fill this gap a little later on. They just didn't have the board for it. And they've got to do that end board over there, which won't take very long at all. We've got our electrical and our water line coming up. They're right in their proper places. So not bad, not bad. Let's check out the back. All right, here we've just got all this rebar left to do. We've got all the forms set, coming down the way. Like I said before, I believe at some point it's gonna be a 10-foot patio. So it's gonna be coming out 10 feet from the house and the step down. So backside, they're gonna be coming back tomorrow to finish the rebar on the back, going into the concrete front and back. And then we're gonna wait for the pour. They have one other person waiting to get poured before me. The rain has slowed them up. So they're actually leaving tomorrow after they finish this to go over and check that other place. Right now it's all full. We just had another 2.5 inches of rain here last night. And despite that rain, this place looks pretty dry. But the other place that they gotta go pour has all their footings filled up with water. It's a mud fest. So they're probably gonna fill or pour that guy first and then try and catch me later in the week, depending on the rain schedule. So we'll have to just catch that and see what happens. So let's catch you back up when they start doing the pour, whenever that ends up being. Well, we only got about 1 inch last night and 1/4 inch yesterday before the rainstorms, and we're back here in the morning. So as you can see, the workers are trying to take these tarps off. The tarps would actually protect the foundation during the rainstorm. I'm glad we only got 1.5 inches after my wife checked yesterday. So the house shouldn't be too flooded, and as you can tell, the ground is just completely dry. I mean, it's not puddled. Here's everything in the back. It all looks good. It's not that bad at all. We got the trucks coming in probably about a half hour. We're gonna lay all this concrete down. We're gonna get it all done. And we can then start letting it dry so we can get up there and get on the roof and get moving on getting all that metal up so we can be completely dried in. All right, I'm not a morning guy. I've been sick. Last night, my wife and I went over to, gosh dang it, what is it called? Golden Corral. First time I think I've ever been to Golden Corral. And actually it wasn't that bad, but we got out there at 5 o'clock, celebrating her birthday, Mother's Day, all that kind of stuff. We got home at like 6:30 and we laid on the couch, turned on YouTube and Netflix and just fell asleep and crashed for a nap. And that's when you know you're getting old. Because when you go out to dinner and you come back, you're just so tired, you want to go to sleep. So that's exactly what we did. It's kind of nice to have a little snuggle buddy, but anyway.
Well, I guess I should have had it the other way then, so we folded it up and dirty. Out here.
Yeah. It's nice to see that they did close that off. And my wife came around the other day and had trimmed all of that stuff so it all looks pretty. Checking the attachments, those still seem to be situated where we need them to be. There is a stud that runs just to the left of the gray one. I just need to make sure it doesn't go that way too far. Our box is all set up. Everything still seems to be formed out really well, and they even drilled in the rebar down at the bottom. So everything's tied up and doing well. Buffalo are doing good. Good morning, ladies. You have one job right now, and that's to pop out little calves. That's all we ask. Little calves, just pop them out. I wish this rain would produce more grass, but I think it's producing more weeds. And that doesn't thrill me. Once we get done with this house, I can start really tackling all this stuff in these pastures. But all right, let's get to the pour. Moment arrives, guys. Moment arrives. I'm not really actually nervous, but you never know with these things, right? Concrete's got to be mixed right. It's got to be good. I don't know. I just want it done. I just want it done, and I want it dry in 10 minutes.
You know, you put us on YouTube, man, you're gonna have like 1 million followers.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
It's never happened yet, but no turning back now.
That's right. Oh, Albert got carried away. Yes.
Jeez. Could you imagine me laying this concrete out, doing it with my boys? Yeah, that wouldn't happen that fast. What do you do with the braces that are sitting there, those wood braces?
We'll take them out and fill that hole up with concrete later.
Okay.
When the concrete gets stiff enough, we'll pull that board and rub it. Now to the front side again, and obviously that's going to need some more finishing work. The speed that these guys are going, man, they can get back to that. It's not that hot out. It's morning. It's just rained. All's looking good. So you glad to be floating and not doing all the other work? You're the lucky one. It's interesting with concrete work and a lot of this kind of stuff is it's so hard to be very precise and 100% accurate. You know, there's always undulations and other things like this a little bit. I mean, you just can only get so much before, you know, you just drive yourself insane, I'm sure. But so this time he filled up the middle section first, and I think that's just to kind of help it set up, have more time to set up so they can pound it and then take off those forms. So I think that was smart. I think the truck is actually empty and they're gonna need another one to finish up the last little bit. So they'll probably clean it and go. Looks like Jeff's just calculating out how much more concrete they're gonna need to order so they can get it all here and not have a lot of waste. It's very satisfying to watch you do this. All right, it's been about 20 minutes later or so. The other truck is finally here. I'm on the back side of the house just to kind of get some extra peace and quiet. But they've gone through and they've kind of done some of the trim work, not trim work, floating work on the edges as much as they can. They're still gonna come back in a little bit. At the rate that they're going on all this, they'll finish the rest of that slab probably in 10 minutes and then they'll bump back over here and start this. So it's actually gonna be done way fast, which is really, really cool. And just like that, guys, it is pretty much laid. We just got the finishing left, but you know, they're gonna touch it up like they did on the back all the way up here. But otherwise, gosh, it looks good. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I kind of wish, looking at how tall the house is compared to how wide that is, maybe I should have gone out 12 feet or 14 or I don't know. You know, it seems like the house is pretty tall. The back side is drying up, the sun is on it. So it's finishing pretty nice. Now, I had talked to him, I don't know if it's in the video or not, but these braces on the back side and the forms, once it dries up enough, they're gonna take all those off and then fill the holes and then finish the back side right there. So they're gonna come back in here and do some more finishing, but they're kind of just letting it dry up a little bit so it kind of holds its shape before they can start removing these forms and then getting out on the boards and finishing up by the house. So all that detail is all that's really left. It'll just be the fine tuning and the professional looking and appearance stuff, you know, the finished work, so.
¿Se chingó? Le dijiste, ahí va para abajo. I got it. I got it. The 2x6?
Poquito más. I'll get it when you get there.
All right, I think everything's done for the day. They've just got to do one little last set of brooming on the front side, but otherwise I think it's all done. They will be coming back on Monday to take away the forms. They're gonna keep them up just in case somebody's walking along and happens to step on an edge and maybe it might collapse or squish down a little bit or break. So they're just gonna keep up those forms. On Monday, they'll also just do that cut and they'll just do the relief joints. So it all looks really good. We're gonna show you the final product, but I can guarantee it's probably gonna look about the same that this does. So, not bad at all, not bad at all. You know, I was sitting here talking to Jeff, the owner, and just telling him, like, you know, there's certain times that there's people who have jobs for a reason, right? There's certain times you want to just use somebody who's in the trade. Things are quicker, usually a lot quicker than me doing it myself. Sometimes almost even maybe cheaper, depending on when you look at how much effort you're going to put in, timing, it's just stuff like that. So I'm glad I used them. I'm glad we got this done. We didn't wait. It was just beneficial to do it now. So we're going to wrap things up here, guys. It's going to look the exact same when the forms come off as it does right now. So I'm going to get everything going for the patio cover, posts, and kind of the style that we're going to do, and measure kind of some stuff out so we can get the roof fully done. In the meantime, we're going to jump on this garage roof hopefully next, since we can't walk over there on the patio. So we'll get at least one of the roofs up. So anyway, thanks for joining along, guys. Keep with us as we keep building this house from scratch, DIY style, and go from there. Thanks. Bye.